I'm heading out to make a little.
Man, I gained 10 pounds eating the red and the green M&Ms, bro. I gained 10 pounds so quick without I'll chop it up today. How you brothers been for the week, man?
Oh, we've been good. We've been
good.
Good.
Yeah.
We can't ignore the ratings. I mean, this light skin thing is working for me and
I
Derek.
heard
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
It's on market. Where do we start?
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Chop It Up. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Like and subscribe and tell a friend about Four Brothers down here on this YouTube channel. Happy New Year, my brothers, and all our people that's watching. We got a new look. We got somebody added on to the fam, man. But I'm going to start with my man, Derek, because I always start with Derek. Man, talk to me, man. Happy New Year, brother. What's going on with you?
Hey, man. Happy New Year, fellas, man. It's a blessing to be here one more time with you guys, man. You know, open my eyes, made it through another year. Opened my eyes this morning, woke up, man, had my family all around me. Today's a good day. I had some trials and some troubles and some setbacks. We're a victim of the flooding that happened along the southern side of Long Island, the coast. So as you can see, our Let's Chop It Up Black Latino Media Freeport studios were flooded. All right. So I'm broadcasting from a different part of the estate. All right.
Which wing you in? The East Wing or the West Wing?
I'm in the southern wing right now. I have a southern wing. So I just show this. I'm not here often, so I just show this some love. You know what I mean? So but other than that, man, listen, I'm just blessed. I was mentioning before.
What up,
I didn't spend Hey, what's happening, Shauna? At no point did I spend a night away from my warm bed. So and I had the love of my family all around me, man. So that was a good time. So that was a good look for our family. Had a great time with my kids. Hey, Lorena, how you doing?
What up, Lorena? What up, baby?
What's going on? And I just had a great time bringing in the new year with my family, and we're good, man. I'm back. I'm glad to be back here with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So and it's just a blessing. I could keep going on and on, but I'm gonna cut it short. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. So it is what it is. But Damien, my brother, I'm glad to share the screen with you.
Thank you.
It's good to see that you won't be taking my job. All right. So now I have to get on his good side, but I'm glad.
Simone, what up, sis? Ain't seen a while.
What's going on, Simone? How you doing? All right. So what's been going on with you, Dave, man? What's going on? How you been, man?
Just Happy New Year's, everybody. I'm thankful to be on the show. Shout outs to Rodney. I mean, one thing I am worried about is if the ratings go down, I might have to figure out this skin bleaching because I got to become more light skinned to make sure we keep the numbers going. So that's my biggest fear in the 2023 is that I'm going to have to betray my blackness by bleaching my skin to be good on the show. Other than that, yeah, I got to spend Christmas with my mother, which is always a positive thing. We watched some stuff, we caught up, we made some beef patties, and then I put on this Netflix show. I'm not shouting them out until they pay us for talking about it. So I'll just let you know it was one of those streaming shows that come on one of the very popular streaming sites.
Okay.
Nice.
That's what's happening.
Kelvin, what up?
Hey, gentlemen, good to see you and welcome, Damien. New Year's Eve is not one of my favorite times. It's time I like to just really, really be, I guess, a little low key. And I went out to hang out with a couple of friends in Massapequa, just lounging. Everything was good and taking it easy. And many years ago, before COVID and everything, I used to spend New Year in church. But you don't see that as much as you used to. What they used to call watch night services. So I didn't do that this year, but it was good. I'm thankful for another year, and I want to be very, very proactive and kind of take a pragmatic approach to the things I want to do this year. So I got a lot of goals set up. Have a big birthday coming up this year, and not really a big birthday person, but I'm excited about that. Now, before the show, I just opened some mail, and Derek, I'm through with Nassau County, although I grew up there. Other day, I'm driving, and I'm just driving through an intersection. I don't realize on my left a bus stopped, like a school bus. I literally didn't see it. Literally, I'm going through the intersection. It's on my left, so it's going the opposite way. I just opened up a ticket for $250. The bus took a picture of my license plate. So Nassau County's just found $250 ticket, so they know they was wrong. So I'm tight starting of the year like that because I'm not a big moving violation person. The next thing though, it's kind of a somber note, but my aunt passed away yesterday, right? And so
sorry to hear, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But my aunt was 102. She was 102 years old. So I mean,
she's playing with house money. She's playing with house money.
To me, that's just amazing. I mean, because what I realized about my Aunt Grace was elderly when I was little. And so
word.
You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing that Aunt Grace through COVID, everything saw 2023. So it's a blessing. And I have to say, they told me yesterday the funeral is Monday in Amityville, and I will be the eulogist, but it is amazing to have such a long life. So rest in peace to my Aunt Grace Thornton. So I thank God for the life that she had, so I'm very, very thankful. And everybody, and Marsha, I see your text. Marsha is shouting out everybody, and Marsha, you're a comedian. I gotta shout out the point guard, the one that's orchestrating and devastating. My man D, talk to us. What's going on?
Yo, what up, man? Happy New Year, my brothers, man. Kelvin, I remember going to church, and I think sometimes you was in that damn church. Jamie used to take me to that church. Had bad luck every time I went to that church for New Year because of that bad leadership. That old church tree jumper ass pastor bringing a New Year.
D, you gotta let it go. You gotta move on. You gotta move on.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Nah, but it was cool. I just relaxed for the 2 weeks off. My sister came up, hung out my niece, still meet her damn raggedy, her boyfriend. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I think he's a Nigerian scammer. Gotta figure him out.
Wait, you met him already?
No, I ain't meet him yet. His name's David. Ain't too many black dudes named David nowadays. You gotta be from Nigeria. I'm saying so, but I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see what was up with him, and we just chilled out, man. Had a good time, man. Shout out to one of our viewers, Melvin, passed away. Shout out to Melvin, man. May he rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace.
Passed away over the break and whatnot. So everything's good, man. But New Year's is be off the hook, but I don't go out. I don't go anywhere for New Year's. I stay in the crib. What up, Nikisha? Yeah, man. I'm in the crib, man. On the low. I actually missed the ball coming down. I was watching that good ass college football game. I missed the whole ball.
I don't even, you know what? It's funny. I saw a little bit of New Edition performing, and so as far as the ball is concerned, I'll just say it seems anticlimactic to me. I mean, I just never got it. I never really got, since the Dick Clark days, but that's cool. But New Edition looked like they did their thing.
Yeah. My homeboy, me and Sam homeboy, Sam went to school with him at South Carolina State. Shakim is their DJ. DJ Shakim from Queens.
Dope. That's dope. Shout out to Theron O. That's my brother. He's a great dude. Sean Coggin, shout out. We got to get Sean on the show. He gonna talk about digital business and stuff like that. We're gonna get him on the show soon.
Yes, sir.
We gotta get Theron on there too. Oh my God, Theron, an SVP. He's doing big things. We're gonna celebrate some people in the next couple of months. I think they're doing some amazing stuff. We gotta get these brothers on.
We are.
Definitely. Shout out to everybody. The comments are crazy.
Thank you, Marsha, Sophia. Thank you guys for the condolences.
Appreciate everybody in the comments. We're going to have a lively show because we got some subjects, right?
Word up.
New Edition had on sheepskins, though. I know they was hot. It was 60 degrees out there. Bobby Brown looked like nobody told me it was going to be like this.
Bobby already sweating.
My God.
He got that cracked sweat gland, so
my God. You got to go in there. You said he got the cracked sweat glands.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No,
cocaine.
Allegedly. I'm sorry.
Cocaine, definitely. Now, Jamie, what we got going on, man? What we got going on? What's up? Who's that? Okay.
Hey, Emmanuel.
What up, baby? What else?
That's the homie. That's the homie. Yeah, she's great people.
That's what I'm talking about. Jamie, let's get to the show. Here we go. Oh, yeah, man. Bills of Mar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest on Monday Night Football. I was watching that game, and I thought it was just like his. You ever play football and get the wind knocked out of you? That's what I thought. But I say he gets it up. So I feel bad for this brother. It says he's at 50%. That's a good sign that he's on 50% of breathing on his own. We hope he pull through. It's just a weird, perfect timing for the worst thing to happen type of situation. And I just pray for his family, man. Go ahead, man.
You know, they used to say years ago, the human body is not made for collision. It's not. It's just a very dangerous game. And, you know, the reality of it, they asked NFL players, they polled NFL players a few years ago when CTE was really in the news. And they asked these kids who were about probably 21, 22, if you could play football, but you knew you would die by the time you were 55 years old, would you still play it? And they say, yeah, because, you know, you're 20 years old. You think 55 is, you know, light years away. Yeah. But it's so frightening. It's so sad. I understand the way he got hit. There's a very, very slim chance of you ever getting hit like that, going to cardiac arrest. But it did, and it happened. And I think it is shaking the sports world. I'll say this. I remember my nephew played. If I had a son now or something like that, I would not allow him to play football. I just wouldn't. I couldn't. If you ever in the stands, just watching somebody you care about play, every play you look to make sure they get up. And it's devastating. So again, of course, we are praying for his family, but that is scary. I come from a family I've lost a lot of people that have gone into cardiac arrest or had heart attacks, and it is frightening. So we definitely pray for him. But the NFL is in the position where they didn't know what to do because they don't know about how they're going to get this game in. It has created a lot of back and forth on social media and different outlets because some people's insensitivity to these players, they just look at the players like they're athletes or entertainers or both, and they don't really, you know, kind of humanize them. And so it was good that the league did not continue or resume that game. And the players emotionally were distraught, so they couldn't handle it either.
Yeah. I agree, man. Like, listen, you know, one thing that you don't want is to see your children, you know, get injured doing something like that. You know, we forget that it starts off as a child's game, you know, or not necessarily child's game, but just as a game in general, it's recreation. And then these young men go on to do what they love. You know what I mean? Absolutely love, and make millions of dollars doing it. It's very enticing. Obviously, it's something that is their entire world. It's what they want to do from the time they were young, and they get a chance to do it. So it's kind of hard to tell them, to back up or ease up or whatever. You know, my wife and I were out having dinner, and we were having a dinner, and under the bartender there, we know her pretty well. Her son plays football, semi-pro, right? And he actually addressed that with his mother. He said, listen, if something like that ever happens, just understand, if I would get hurt, just understand that I died doing what I love to do. You know,
wow.
So it's so you have to understand, like, it's sad. Us as parents, we can, and us as people, we can look and we can say, hindsight 2020. Damn, I really wish it wasn't worth it. But in the moment, man, and as you say, 55 years old to a 24-year-old seems so far away. But it is what it is, man. And also you got to realize also now think of this too. The accidents, a 30 mile an hour accident can kill you, from what I understand. All right.
Yeah.
You be in you know what I mean?
This happens more, being honest with you, this happens more in baseball. In Little League. Yeah, because Little League, they start making you wear, I remember my godson's first one, the first time I've seen that, they make you wear it under your shirt. It's this protective vest, because when you play in the infield, and I've been saying, I pitched in college and everything, it's a total different game, and that ball's coming back at you so fast. If you ever pitch and you 60 feet 6 inches, by the time I'm landing, I'm like 50-some feet. That ball comes back at you, hits you in your chest, you can stop your heart. So you're playing ground balls. Wow. It happens more in baseball, believe it or not, than it does in football. It happens a lot in baseball.
Wow.
So just leave that. That's just dangerous, man.
But can you imagine these guys, man? These are big guys, 300 pounds, man. It's like a car collision every play. You know what I mean? So that
wasn't even a hard hit. It wasn't even a hard hit. It was a regular tackle.
Yeah, so very mundane looking, but
I think they were cutting. Looks like a punt return they were covering or something, right?
Nah, it was a run. I think it was a tackle.
Okay.
The guy was running something. I can't remember the play, but it was short, and I was like, damn, he went down.
Yeah, I didn't see I just saw the highlights. I didn't see the game. Yeah,
that's what made it so shocking, because it was like a Monday night game. I think. Do you ever remember when LT did that to Joe Theismann, broke his leg? It was another big game.
I remember.
You remember that? I think that was a Monday night game too.
That was a Monday night game, I believe.
Yeah, so that's what I said. That's everybody was watching this shit.
Yeah, everybody was watching that game.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying this. I'm disavowing from football right now because I'm a Jets fan. I'm tired of the foolishness. Sick of losing too. So, you know, sick of being scrubs and the laughing stock of all the sports. But I digress.
Listen,
Hold on, let's
yeah,
get the comments right here.
There's a great
Yeah.
comment right there.
Theron says, should the dimensions of the field change since these dudes are so much bigger and faster? No, the game is the game, bro. The game is the game.
Mm.
It is. We
Well,
could go
Canadian.
to Canadian football, but I don't think they have.
I don't think it's a spacing thing with this. It's a collision thing, and I don't
Yeah.
care how much room you have.
That's a good.
It's going to be collision.
That's a good food. That's a good thought, though. That's a good thought. I like that.
Yeah.
We are here.
I mean,
What
there has to be some reaction, right? Like this is something that, like you were saying, shook up the sports world. A lot of people are arguing. There's some issues going with ex-football players and, you know, sports commentators and tweets and things like that. So there's a lot of controversy. One of the biggest concerns is just the safety of the players. You know, like we were speaking about earlier, you got to humanize them. It's no longer property. It's no longer employee. These are people. Like we have to figure out ways to make the game still enjoyable, but also prioritize safety, because you want these people to play and entertain and make money. And if they're, you know, these are the type of incidents that are happening. And in the CTE, that has a long history of things that have been affecting players over a long period of time. It diminishes the product. So I think in the long run, they got to do something.
Get the comments in, and then I want to say something after the comments. Make sure we get them in.
Yeah, Nikita says my pediatrician told my son football will kill you. My son quit a few years later. My nephew, on the other hand, eats, sleeps, and drinks football. He plays college ball. Yeah. I mean, it's hard, man. You ever try to, you know how it is, man. Young people, man, you're gonna find a way. You know, no matter what. You know, especially when you're young and you're vibrant, you have all that energy in you, man. You're gonna find a way to do it as you want. No one can stop you from playing football. You know, so.
If you grow up in Texas or Florida, it's a religion.
Oh, it's religion.
Period.
Yeah, it's religion. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Texas and Florida. No lies right there, bro. You're gonna play some football. You know. Yeah.
We any more comments?
Graduate high school. Damn.
Yeah, you're gonna play some football. Any more comments? Sam? No. Okay. Sammy said no. So I want to say, think about this. The owners have no risk. They always say about you got risk because they put the bag, but they have no risk. Zero. First thing you do, you have a losing season. You still got your concession stands, everything. This is why I keep trying to tell people it got to be guaranteed contracts in the NFL, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that this is the BS. Like this kid's career is done.
Yeah.
If he comes back, I'm maybe shocked, but I'll
never be the same.
But D, I don't think you can. I'll be honest with you. In the league with 53 people on the roster in a collision sport, you can't guarantee the contracts. It's just you're not going to guarantee.
I know, but you got to figure out something. They print money, bro.
Yeah.
After this, if I'm an owner, If I'm an owner, I don't want him on my roster. After this,
but I got to go back to D's point. The reality of it is this: the NFL, a third of the roster changes every year. A third. So if I give you a $24 million contract and you get, tear up your knee, like what happened to Theismann or something like that, I'm gonna pay $24 million. They're just not gonna do it. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
This is what it is. You always have it. Every play is insured. Every
play is insured.
Every play is insured. And the thing is, like, if you have it that way, if you have a salary cap, you have a spending cap, right? So you should be able to have 53 people on a team. You should be able to guarantee a certain amount of percentage of those contracts. It got to be something you can work out. These people can get paid. I mean, what's the minimum salary in the NFL? Probably 5.7, 5.50. 500,000.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I think it's yeah, like
if you live in certain states, you get taxed. After you pay your damn agent 20%.
Yeah,
come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that should be worked out in some kind of way on that. And then I was gonna say, then I was thinking about this. Remember they extended the league this year to 18 games. If this was last year, it would have been no game. It'd have been probably had the week off maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have happened in practice. It could happen anyway. Yeah. But you got to think about now. You put more risk,
and that's just greed. It's even more greed.
Yeah, it's more greed. I'm paying 18. I get paid. The owners and the players both want it, kinda. But then they got rid of the preseason game, so it's like the greed keeps people to play because you change your family life with a contract or two. But this kid was only drafted in the 6th round. He ain't making that kind of money.
Yeah, and the guaranteed money it's a measure of good faith from the owners and the league to start saying we actually do care about our players, which one of the things that I can say like the NBA, the players have a lot more power and they have a lot more say. And I think that's going to be the difference over time. of what sport like becomes the most popular. Obviously, it's football right now. There's no comparison, but
Yeah.
the NBA is going to keep gaining popularity because of those things, and the NFL is going to keep taking hits because of these things.
Yeah.
So there has to be
Well,
some
this is
measure of understanding.
this the thing, Damien. The reason the NFL is going to be what it is, you only get one game a week. That's the bottom line, you know. And so
That's true.
scarcity creates more excitement. That's
Okay,
the thing.
thanks,
Thank you,
Sophia.
Sophia. Scarcity creates excitement. But I'll say this: this is not about the owners caring about the players. This is about the owners finding a way to give the impression that they care about the players, because we know they don't. They just
Right.
across the board, they just don't. This is just a cash cow for them, and that's what it is. And at the end of the day, these young men are going to, you know, I think one of the problems with our community and all minority communities is people find lanes to try to find their way out. And whatever out is, whether it is coming from the projects, coming from some disenfranchised, dysfunctional home, something. And when you are enticed by that money, that's why a lot of our kids are in the boxing ring. So a lot of our kids are on the football field. That's why a lot of them are doing things just to find a way. And if they could do it through athletics, they will watch what happened to this young man and be right out there tomorrow. Somebody this fall is signing their kid up for Pop Warner football. And that's just the unfortunate reality of it. And as Derek just said, some people feel like it's worth the risk.
Right.
Hey, baby.
And like you said, they still need to do something. And we know it's a gesture, but if there's a gesture that moves the needle, I think in the long run, that's when we get a better overall feeling as the viewer about what the NFL is.
Well, let me cut it a little deeper. I would say probably, and D, you probably could attest to this, there's probably 15 high-paid players per team. That's about it. That's about it. Like, you got a quarterback, you got the left tackle, you got some people getting paid. Back in the day, when we was kids, they would pay running backs. They don't even pay running backs no more.
Right.
Like, that's just the reality of it. It's like there's about 5 value positions, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
The kicker lived next door to me.
Well, you a model though, so we know you getting that model money on the low.
Well, you know, that's fine. You know, I try to be humble about it. You know,
a couple weeks ago, I didn't know the TV was that big. Like, TV taking up half your background now. You know,
that's a black and white 13-inch. The screens on this screen are made to look bigger. Now let me stop.
Yo, but shout out to people that showed up, like to help that secure this man's life. Also, everybody, like Sean, I think a few of us said his foundation did go from, he was only asking for $2,500, it's up to $6 million. Yeah, that's dope. That's gonna be set for a while. And the thing about this brother, he has a good heart. He's been giving back. He's very humble. So I think the community, shout out to everybody in Cincinnati, Buffalo for rallying behind this brother. Really showed a lot of love when it comes to tragedy. I mean, I wish more human nature stuff would come out like that than what's going on right now when they try to vote and try to figure out who's going to be the next Republican asshole.
Shout out to Dope Conversations podcast.
Right, shout out to Dope Conversations. I'm just saying.
Peace, brother.
Peace.
He runs a dope podcast. We might need to get him on sometime. He talks a lot about relationships. The Black community is, you know,
that's what I'm talking
February
about.
Coming.
We're
gonna have some talks.
We're gonna line them up in February. We're gonna line them up. Yo, so Jamie, what's up? What else we talking about tonight, Jamie? What's going on? The Dana White and the wife Ann in a drunken nightclub fight on New Year's Eve. I think Jamie got some video to this joint, don't we?
Back to the Factor Uncensored, a volatile New Year's Eve for UFC President Dana White. He and his wife were spotted slapping each other. Now, the incident was caught on camera in a New Year's Eve nightclub in Cabo, Mexico. No word on what happened beforehand, but White has since apologized, saying there are no excuses for putting your hands on his wife. Now, the video has many people wondering if mutual combat can exist between couples.
At the bottom line, you should never put your hands on anyone. And sometimes people don't recognize that women can also be abusive. So you're right on it. There is common couple violence. And what that means in the relationship, they're in a cycle of violence. And so what's important is to really understand there's destructive and constructive ways of dealing with conflict. Because all of our relationships have some kind of conflict, but how are we dealing with it? Now, theirs got exposed. It's important for all of us to look at, do we have the same types of behaviors? No one hasn't seen it yet.
No, Dr. Billiard, what we also heard Dana White tell TMZ is that this has never happened before. It was the alcohol, with some very public licks what we call licks like that, it seems like there may have been some history of this. What are your thoughts on this? We don't know definitively. But
Right.
what are your thoughts in seeing what you saw in Cabo with him on the video?
Yeah, man.
Well, first of all, I want to say that black dude voice doesn't match his body. He looked like he smoked pools and drank dark. And you don't should be sound like this. You can't tell me when he's off camera he sound like that.
Oh man.
Come on.
I'll tell you. I would think it's. He looked like he slapped her back with no hesitancy, and for the if that's the first time doing it. Now again, I've always been told I'm not a drinker. I was told alcohol just enhances whatever happens, and that doesn't change who you are. And I mean, he returned that slap pretty quick. Like it didn't look like it was a moment of indecision there. So it makes you think that there is something going on behind the scenes. That's what I would think, you know.
Yeah.
But again, that's just.
Can I ask you the chat and the panel a question? Have y'all ever heard the term mutual combat be brought up in this type of situation and become the basic like label of the incident? It's like, oh, we're discussing mutual combat. Like, when does that ever happen when some type of domestic dispute has occurred publicly ever?
Oh yeah.
If
definitely.
if his name wasn't White, I don't think that would be the conversation right now.
I think that's a great point, David.
Yeah, I think
it's a
I've
great
never
point.
heard. I know it's a legal term too, but I've never heard it being brought up in that situation. But I'm gonna slow down because I go crazy with that. But
no, I think that's fair. I think that is fair because it is they report on these things differently. If his name was Leroy Jenkins, if he slapped Punifa, yes, there would be a situation, and that's just the truth. That is just the truth. And I mean, this man, makes millions upon millions of dollars off combat. About having people fight and things, and he just happened to get caught. See, that cell phone, I tell you, it just has a way. Anything in public now is definitely for public consumption and public display, and he just got caught out there. That's what it is. What he needed to be married to Solange. That'll get him right. That's what he needed. That's what he needed.
That would have been a knife fight, bro.
That's right. That's right.
They say she studied Taekwondo allegedly. No, I'm joking.
Oh shit! I was gonna say, damn, oh shit. Well, we got the comments going on.
And let me say to everybody, we're not laughing at domestic violence at all.
No,
No,
that's not funny.
Yeah.
But I agree with you though, Kelvin. That wasn't the first time that happened, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that the way she came at him, first of all, was one thing, and like and then he came right back, and then she came right back after that. So you know what I mean? That's
so the net worth plays. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's just what it was. Never before, but net worth also plays a factor. Absolutely, Sophia. Yeah, So that him saying that's the first time. That's protection of the brand, bro. That's all that is, man. MMA equals mutual combat,
and that's it. Nothing else happens. He doesn't get canceled or nothing. That's it. He just says there's no excuse to hit a woman. That's it. It's over.
What's his last name? What's his last name?
White.
Is it his last name?
Address him by his name. He is Mr. White.
Yeah, I think because she hit him first. Because Jamie and I grew up with this guy and Shauna. We call him Mo Man Brew. His woman used to beat his ass on the regular. On the regular police.
And it is a double standard. It is a double standard. It is a double standard. The best thing is keep your hands to yourself. That's the truth.
Right.
No,
yeah.
Now I was raised that even if a woman hits you, you don't return fire, and that's just how I was raised. So
not over there.
Yeah,
listen, I hear you, Kelvin. My father told me when I was a kid, man, any dude that hits a woman, you are we can't say the word anymore, but he said F word. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what it was, and that's just how I was, man. So I never, even when I was getting hit at times, I never would hit a woman.
I was first. Do everything you can to escape, evacuate.
I busted down to the white meat.
No, but D, what was you taught? D? What was you taught?
No, don't.
There you go.
No. This is true.
Yeah, that's a scroll.
I swear to God, you guys must. We and my family say, tell my niece, all of them, don't put your hands on no man because you don't know how you're gonna react. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But if somebody hits your niece, then you wind up going ham.
Yeah, but this what happened one time. Somebody said, and then my niece was at fault. Like, yo, you got to keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, no, I got you.
That's what
man.
No winners in this. No winners at all.
Even Whoopi Goldberg said that. Keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, no, I agree. You got to keep your hands to yourself first, because you don't know. Even if you're a man and think you big enough, tough enough to put your hands on a woman, and she responds, you get what you deserve.
Exactly.
Regardless of the way it goes.
Yep, she called her brothers, and that shit come on. You got
if they start tap dancing on your face. What happens if you just left your hand? You keep your hands to yourself. There's no tap dancing involved.
Don't put your hands on nobody. If you're not ready for that return fire, you got to fall back, man.
Look what E. Ortiz is saying, man. He said open hand season when you slap you in the face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. For all the men out there, she slapped you first. She do whatever. You still getting cuffed and taken to jail regardless. I'm just letting you know that. So that's it. You be sitting there with a swollen lip and handcuffs. And you the dude, they got slapped.
Yep.
And if you go in, if they put you in jail and they find out that's why you're there, they don't care. They don't care who hit who first.
Yep.
But I would say, at the end of the day, it's publicly embarrassing, but everybody should protect themselves at all costs. And for men, in that moment, you have to think about what Kelvin just mentioned about going to jail. So if you retaliate and then you're in cuffs, you didn't protect yourself the way that you needed to in that moment. You should get away as soon as possible.
No question.
Yep.
But what if you get chased? This person's pursuing you, because we've seen and heard stories. Maybe y'all haven't. Let me just say I've heard stories where the woman is antagonizing, chasing, mushing in the back of the head. You this, you that, calling names. Yep. Person's trying to get away. Now, how long does it take until that return fire is like, look, you pushing it and you egging it on, and you're now becoming the bully in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
you have no win in the situation. You just don't. You don't have a win, and it is a double standard. And I'm just being honest. If somebody call right now, if they call a cop to your house, if they call a cop to your house and a person accuses you, a female accuses you that you hit them and you didn't, you going.
Yep.
It's a trap, man. And men are physical. We're physical creatures anyway, bro. We have a certain physicality we were born with, man. So we understand.
Sorry, Derek, not to cut you off. Can we put a scroll for the comment section? Because
the comment people are funny.
I'm curious.
Yo,
that's my homie. That's for life.
Puncher in the
life. Scroll E. That's my friend for life. But you got to put the scroll on her. Because look, what's up? If I said that, y'all would have muted me for 15 minutes.
The comments is off the hook tonight.
Word. Yeah.
Gosh, but yeah, man, that's crazy. Sean got to get a scroll.
Sean
needs a scroll.
Yeah, got to.
Word up.
Might be a couple more there that might.
Sean Coggins, he said everybody needs to party with the big aunt so you can defer the combat.
Yeah.
Yo, word up.
That's a good point.
I tell you, Sean, one place you don't
go
smack.
Deserve a 2-piece.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. Oh.
Don't go up to Harlem where we hung out at and try to smack one woman in there. You will lose some teeth. Not gonna mention the name of the place. Not gonna mention the name of the place.
Is it on 125th?
Right over there.
It's on the corner. It's on the corner.
I'm gonna say.
Wait, let me stop. Let me stop using descriptors, because somebody gonna be like, "It's that." They gonna put it in the chat.
Cornell Social has the most gruesome, brolic ass, left hook having women ever been around in my life.
B, you know what's funny? Right here on Merrick in Springfield Gardens, they got a place called the Social Corner. So they just changed the name backwards. So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's some spots in Queens that look kind of raggedy too. Something the Archer got all the dope fiend fights over there. But anyhow, we got Jay, what's the next topic, brother? Damn, more domestic violence. Okay.
Oh man.
Giovanni Davis Tank arrested for domestic violence down in Miami.
Can I ask a question? I want to, and not to minimize the subject because it's serious. What is kind of the goal of the neck tattoo? Like, what like? No, I'm curious. Was it like, the arms and chest just you run out of space, or what is it where you say, you know what? I just want to make sure that I want to stay as far away from corporate America as possible. Is that what it is? Like, no
You're in
fallback
danger of
plan
getting
in
a
boxing,
job.
no work. Okay, well, look,
I'm in
I
danger
think
of employment.
obviously we're going
Oh,
down
man,
the
that
same
was
path
funny.
here. I think, and again, boxers are also in a heavily, adversarial sport. When they get hit and things, I'm starting to really think that there's something to the CTE. I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
and that's obviously no excuse, but there is something. It just seems like there's a common thread between this getting irate. Everybody can get angry, but when anger turns to rage and you all of a sudden are doing things, see, because I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you
shit.
what I don't like, and this bothers me. Everybody knows me, knows I can't stand the tearful press conference. I cannot stand the tearful press conference. I cannot stand the apology tour. I really think we got to do a better job of trying to maintain control in the moment. Now, obviously, I don't know what happened with this boxer. Again, a boxer definitely should put their hands on anybody, male or female. I mean, a boxer is just, they could just kill you regardless. But what I'm saying is, 3 or 4 days from now, when he's before a microphone or his publicist is issuing a statement that this was an egregious error, it was a mistake, we've got to get ahead of this. There's something wrong with you. First of all, you don't own women. I don't care if you're married to her, you don't own her. That's just the bottom line. You know what I mean? It is a relationship, a mutual relationship. I don't care what happens. You get cheated on. You can't hit the woman, period. That's just the bottom line. You're going to have to take the L and walk away somewhere. But I'm wondering if, having been hit, having been in a sport where it's combat and things, I'm wondering if there's something deeper than just a person that's having bad judgment at the moment or anger problems. And I don't know, because I'm not qualified to make that determination, but it just seems like there's a common thread with athletes and domestic violence, especially when you have everything to lose. That's what I'm having a problem with.
It's a lot of it. Before we get too far into that conversation, we should clarify that Gervonta Davis's girlfriend, who's involved in this, recanted. She basically said that he did not hit her. All right. So before we get too far into that,
So Derek, you couldn't have jumped in there faster to let me know I was playing myself. Like Derek.
Well, you sounded so good doing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But no, seriously. But your point still stands, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not in this situation, but it still stands. I do see a connection.
But wait, hold on, Derek. Let me ask you a question. Now, she recanted that. See, that's another thing we got to be careful about too, especially when it's athletes with something to lose, because then sometimes I've seen it where it's like, all right, he could go down for this, and then we're not living in this mansion no more either. And sometimes,
listen, it could be.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You've seen it before, right?
Bad protection, yeah.
Sometimes it was the mule. It was the mule that did it.
Yeah, it was a mule, Paul.
So can we say that neck tattoos is the new replacement for the taco meat? Because people used to have the hair coming out of it. There's like I shaved that and I tat something up that just make it look. That's you.
That's me. If I I'll put a fucking face. I'll give a beard to that motherfucker. Taco meat. And this shit cut down right now. I got the 70s look.
Oh, did you see the young guy that put the soccer player's name tattooed on his forehead?
No.
Who's just won the World Cup? That soccer player.
I don't know.
Supposed to be the best soccer player in the world right now.
I don't know. I don't know.
Me neither. I'm a
young man.
Messi.
He tattooed Messi on his forehead. 3 days later, he told me he regrets it.
Or was he like one of those chatty patty kind of people who talk a lot and they called him Messi, like he was a messy human being, and then he tatted it, misspelled it on his head? That could be also another version of it. I'm just saying. I'm trying to help him out. I'm trying to help him out, because if you just got another man name tattooed on your forehead, how does that compare to the woman with the tattoo, the name on their lower back, on their breast? Like, that's a different level of
no,
ignorant commitment.
The forehead says, "I just want to go into a life of crime." That's it. That's all the forehead says. That's it.
Amber Rose.
You know what? Even they be like, "Nah, you can't
tattoo?
be a gang member because you're too identifiable."
Right, you can't be in our gang. Right. We know you, Messi. Like, they all know you.
Right. Where can you go? Homeless people be like, have some respect for yourself. We don't want you.
I ain't messing with her.
Shit, that's gay, granddad.
Oh my lord!
Boondocks, baby. Jamie, what else we got? Jamie, what else we got? Some good comments, man. I'm sorry we can't get to all the comments. They were good ones, man. Funny.
Tonight, the Broward Sheriff's Office is investigating a rough arrest made by one of their deputies in Weston. The man arrested says he shouldn't have been thrown to the ground.
NBC6's Phil Praisen spoke with him, and Phil, you're live in Weston, where this happened just last week.
Well, good afternoon. A group of young men were using the weight room at the Bonaventure Town Center here behind me when staff thought that they were smoking marijuana and called the police. Broward Sheriff deputies arrested 22-year-old Khalil Pace last Thursday and charged him with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest without violence. We spoke to him earlier Friday. He tells us he will fight the charges.
It's been stressful. It's been like draining. You know, because it's just all new to me, like stepping into a whole new world.
The Broward Sheriff's Office is now investigating whether he was properly arrested after his friends recorded the encounter and posted this video to social media. You can see the deputies arrive, grab Pace, and move him to a location to sit down. His friends were asking a lot of questions to the officers about why he was being detained. Now, when Pace tries to give his phone to his friend, a deputy tries to take the phone briefly and then grabs Pace around the head and throws him to the ground. His friends yell. The other deputies get in front of his friends while Pace is handcuffed on the ground.
It just happened so fast. Next thing you know, I'm in a chokehold, getting slammed to the ground and getting handcuffed. At that point, I just was like, don't do anything, because at this point, if he'll take it to this level, he'll kill me.
A spokeswoman for Broward County wrote us, per BSO policy, District Command and the Training Division are already reviewing the arrest to determine if the force used was consistent with agency training and policy. Khalil was not charged with possession of drugs. He tells me they weren't smoking and the staff should not have called the police. He does admit to cursing at the staff while he was being escorted out, calling them racist. He thinks the deputy who threw him to the ground should be disciplined.
Need the charges removed. He need to be fired because obviously he lacks self-control as a person who's put in a position of power.
And just for some context, because of police association contracts and department policy, these investigations could take several weeks, so it might be a little while before there's an official determination. Pace tells me he'll take his case to a judge. Live in Weston, Phil Praisen, NBC6 News.
Yeah, also known as Tuesday, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Real.
That's an everyday thing, man.
Yeah, it's Florida.
It's
This
Florida.
is Florida we speak.
Well, everything else is Florida.
Yeah.
It's either Florida or the Bronx.
Yeah. There you go. When the Rodney King hell is going on, they did way too much. Fight young brother. That was disrespectful for real. Yes, Dina. Agreed.
On weed smoking with all the laws changed. You call him for weed?
Let me ask you a question, and this is not an indictment against law enforcement as a whole, but let's say hypothetically you were a racist. Let's say just hypothetically, you just your whole life you were a racist. You grew up as a racist. Is there a better field to go into than law enforcement?
Yes.
I can't think of one.
Politics.
Wow.
Bravo.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. I think law enforcement, it did become the judge.
I got another one for you. I got another one. Education.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
There's a list. We can make the list. And there's some other ones. Medicine.
That may be a good list. That may be a good list too, because
medicine
is a great
firefighter.
way to practice what you believe,
church,
and to have, I guess, authorization to fulfill it.
Oh yeah, and they will support you tooth and nail.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because in other words, they feel that there should be no repercussion, because what it is I maintain the right because he looks like a suspect, and you can't say he doesn't, because that's what a suspect is. A person who looks black is a suspect. That's just it. We're portrayed like that. That's how we're always depicted. I always used to watch the news as a kid, and I noticed if a black person did something, it was a black male. If some white person did something, it was a male.
Right.
When you know it's a white person when they don't say the race.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
My question is, they said they're going to do an investigation, right? And they're going to review this based on if the force was, what was the word that they used? In line with training and protocol. I don't remember the exact words, but let's say the training and the force used was in line with it. Then we need to throw the whole training out.
Right.
So it's like, let's say it was in line and the investigation proves it was. So that means everything that y'all do is just now proven that it's not right. It's racist. It's all the things you just mentioned. And it's like, so what do you say? Regardless of how they try to do this investigation, it's wrong.
But
there is no real discussion that needs to be
I'll
had.
say this to our people, again, because this is redundant. We go through this all the time. The marching, the protesting, you stop spending money. You cripple a business. You cripple a business in that area, that neighborhood, that town, you will be heard. That is the bottom line. It's economics. It is economics. You got to make them respect who you are. That's it. All that hands up, don't shoot. They don't care about that. They when they did it in New York, the cops was getting so much overtime. All you had to do was start protesting. Next minute, I look, there's 50 cops escorting you across 125th Street because they was getting paid like it was nothing. And so we got to make sure that we kind of get a little more, proactive when it comes to making people feel it.
Shout out to Nesson.
Yeah, Jamie want to ask, do you feel that the young man handled the situation correctly by not resisting? I think he did.
Yeah. I mean, they're recording. They're having a conversation. Yep. They found out that there was no weed. So it's right. But there's if the call was referring to them potentially smoking weed in the establishment, whatever the law is, when they go there and they find that there's no weed, what do you do after that? You say, okay, we didn't find any weed. We came and did the investigation as per what was being said. It didn't seem like they were resisting arrest either. So where is the escalation necessary?
But no,
he was sitting down.
I think his point is in the moment. I think the boy handled it so well when he said, and that's the thing you have to understand, especially our young people, cooperate. Do not, don't try to litigate this on the street. Don't try to litigate this with the officers. They have leverage on you, period. They have their law enforcement. They have weapons. They have handcuffs. You, in other words, let your parents, let your representative, let somebody fight this, but do not put yourself in a situation where you're trying to resist them or fight them back, because we know how that ends. And you have no leverage.
Let them take the wallet. All right. It's the same deal. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was robbing you, you let them take the wallet. You don't fight them. It's the same exact deal. You're not going to win.
Stay alive to
stay alive
another day.
I used to say the weed was from the earth. So now they got all these goddamn places that grow weed inside. So the weed ain't from the earth anymore. Back in my day, allegedly, when I used to partake.
Allegedly.
Long
time ago. Long time ago.
I'm scared to get edibles nowadays, man. Motherfuckers been fentanyl and all kind of shit. What's Ghetto Boo just died? What's a Ghetto Boo? What's her name, right?
Gangsta Boo, I believe.
Gangsta Boo. Where the dollars at? Where the dollars at? She gone? I don't know about the weed.
Yeah, man, it's wild out here, and it just keeps showing us that it's not going to get any better until we make it better. I think if the law was the police pension was going to be sued, that would end all of it. Because if you think you're gonna risk a couple of million of my pension because you want to slam a black kid up on the wall, no, they'll self-correct, and it goes in the point of what you said, Kelvin. It's a business, just like any other thing. Government is a business. The police system is a business. Cripple the business.
Oh man! So Jamie, Gangsta Boo.
Yeah, shout out Gum City. Yep. Oh my God.
Oh man, you now need a government ID to access porn in Louisiana. So now I can't go jerk off in Louisiana. This is some straight bullshit.
No, it's scroll time.
I got a question. Now I got a question. Will that increase?
Nah.
Go ahead.
Will that increase profits for like basic prostitution? So it's like I can't do it at home. I got to go outside and purchase now.
I need the real thing.
Okay, so let's be fair.
Is that a crusade for human interaction?
Okay, so this is the thing. So these sites do not allow anybody under 18 to use them, correct?
Yeah.
I don't know if they. I don't even know if they do that. Do they have some type of age restriction?
Check the fine print on your membership, Damien, and look if it says.
I don't have a membership first and foremost.
Get you a VPN.
Get a VPN, Darren. Thank you,
VPN.
Darren.
Right.
Oh my friend, my brother, get a VPN, and the VPN's like 99 cents. So if you really need, look.
No,
but will it also bring back the fake ID? Because I'm figuring what's going to happen. It's like prohibition. Fake IDs might be on the rise. Now they might be $70. They might go up to $350 just so you could. You know what I'm saying?
So all right. So are we saying that it's a problem because I guess adult males or females, whoever uses it, adult males or females, they would have to present theirs, and so
or non-binary.
Well, okay. I'm just talking what I know. Just talking what I know.
Respect.
But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, if kids are not supposed to be using these sites anyway, it's to prevent kids from using it, right? I would assume an adult male, I guess you wouldn't have a problem with showing your ID. Well, I guess it is. I don't know. I guess
who wants people to know they fucking getting a rubbing tub?
Right.
But the D, is it more important to protect our youth?
So can I say one thing, Kelvin? Some of us in here, all of us here might have education experience working with youth. They know the internet better than almost every adult. So that's not stopping them. They know the internet better than their parents.
Okay, so what do you think?
They know the internet better than lawmakers.
The actual reason is for this?
I think it has to do with politicians and where they get their money from, and then pushing a certain conservative view, and they're going to do that, and that's always going to be a thing. They're always going to bring it up. They're always going to try to talk about explicit acts while in their privacy of their home, they're allegedly doing way worse. But
Pornhub just needs to ante up, and he needs to ante up and pay the proper politician. That's all to get rid of that.
That's what it comes down.
They might have to.
That's all.
Oh, is that true? So if you go into one of those sex shops, you need ID as well. Going into the place?
I never had no.
I didn't know that either. I've never been, honestly.
By the way, I'm reading Dina's comment.
She said you can't just walk into an adult store. You need ID. Same thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe I look old.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. Yo, can we bring Sean Cobbins?
Nobody know none of this stuff. Everybody on the screen. I've never heard of that.
Can we bring Sean Coggins' comment? Can we bring it up? Let's resurrect LimeWire and Hood DVDs.
Yo, what's the name of the Hood? I used to buy the one with the Cherokee all the time and Pinky. Pinky look horrible now. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Pinky looked bad. Back in the day, allegedly, we knew about
it. What was that, Derek?
Allegedly, I don't know. I
don't know.
Jamie,
long time ago. Long time ago.
Yo, Jamie, when Jamie and I used to go to 42nd Street, I don't think the peep shows out of show ID, allegedly. I'm just saying. Jamie, remember that, Jamie? Don't cut me off. Don't lie.
Just give him a scroll. Just give him a scroll to hold him back because he getting comfortable.
I miss old 42nd Street. It had some good
Listen. Oh my Lord.
No,
That's old New York.
I knew them. We were cool. We talked.
When was y'all cool, D? Were you
good conversationalist? Good conversationalist. Good therapists.
You know my good friend. I got a lot of stripper friends. Y'all know this. So when I used to be in Long Island City, park my car. When I used to work at FedEx, the prostitutes used to watch my car, buying donuts and coffee. Serious. Don't nobody bring it in my joint in the morning. I used to drive my car off like 5 a.m. I'm dead serious. I learned out. Love my hoe.
You're killing me.
Simone, let's move on, please.
Yeah, Jamie, what we got else, Jamie? What else we got?
I think we stressing Jamie out.
I know. I'm sorry, Jamie. I didn't mean to let out. We were teenagers then, man. We did that shit.
This man is such humanitarian. Who would think to go take donuts and coffee to prostitutes? Only these.
Listen, no lie. This weekend, I was in East New York, broad daylight. I swear on everything.
Wait, why was you in East New York broad daylight? Well, that's the best time to be in East New York. But that's a good point.
No, I was getting
shout out East New York. I got friends and family out there.
Facts. Little D like the little chicken rings from White Castle. He was having a little moment, so I said, let me get something that's gonna calm him down. So when I was White Castle on Rockwood Boulevard was closed, I had to go to East New York. Lo and behold, ass out prostitutes in the daytime in the warehouse. They were back there. That's like, God damn. I can't believe they on a stroll, brother. I feel bad.
I think it has to do with the age requirement on Pornhub, though. I think Those things, they got to be correlated. They got to be correlated. There has to be some strand we can connect to make sure that they.
Oh man,
Let's work at the post office.
Yeah, man. Here we go. Top 10 singers. What was this?
Oh man.
What magazine had this on? Was anybody remember?
Rolling Stone.
And I disavow it. Michael Jackson being
Rolling
86.
Stone.
They had the top 20 greatest singers of all time. They all were black, but then they had the top 10. I think we're only going to show the top 10. Right, Jamie? Yeah, all
top
all
200
time,
all time.
Yeah, all time.
Top
yeah,
200, yeah, all time.
All time. They're all black. That's interesting. Al Green.
Al Green.
Nasally.
Yeah, love
amazing singer.
Yeah, the great.
Got the
I was listening to the Simply Beautiful song recently. Otis Redding, great singer.
Fantastic.
I'm getting nervous about this list though.
Where they put Teddy Pendergrass at this?
Yeah, thank you.
Beyonce, get
Beyonce,
on, bro.
Wow.
Beyonce,
top 10.
Beyonce,
I don't know about top 10, but she's up there.
earnings, yeah. If we gonna count
Earnings, she might be number one. Stevie Wonder, he has to be on that list.
Yeah,
there's no debate.
Wrap him in bubble wrap, bro. Put him in rubble wrap. We need him to. We can't lose him just yet, man. He got to stick around, bro.
Well, we lost his hairline. Okay.
Ray Charles.
He may not be top 10. I'm getting worried because there's a couple names. You said Teddy Pendergrass.
I love Ray Charles, but I don't know if I want him in the top 10.
Bro. Can I say a name? Mariah, she's top 5. I would give it to her and just no debate.
All
right.
But ain't see Luther. Anybody see Luther?
I ain't seen Luther
Billie
yet.
Holiday. Billie Holiday is a beautiful, amazing singer. Amazing singer. But I don't know about top 10.
Yeah.
Sam Cooke is amazing singer too. Wait, I didn't see Marvin Gaye.
Word.
I didn't see David Ruffin.
We may be a little biased towards our
Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
she got to be top 2 or 3, no matter whatever the list is.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. She got to be in the top 1, 2, 3.
Aretha got to be Aretha got to be top 1, 2, or 3 on every list too. I would say it's hard to argue. But there's some names out there.
If Michael Jackson is 86, the list is invalid, period. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. That nullifies the list for me. I can't even comment on this list with Michael Jackson being 86. It's disrespect.
What did they have Prince at?
I think he was in like the top 20. Yeah, he was in the top 20.
I would have put, if anything, I would have put Prince, and I would have swapped Prince and Michael Jackson. If you had,
I'm gonna tell you honestly, I wouldn't even swap. I don't want to say nothing foul about anybody in the top 10. I'm just saying the list is invalid. It's invalid. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Rolling Stone.
I'm not mad at Prince being 15, but damn, you can't put Michael up there.
Rolling Stone has done these lists.
I hate Celine Dion.
Celine Dion in the top 10? No. No, you can't tell me.
West Indian people love Celine Dion. I hate Celine Dion.
Because of Titanic? That movie was bad too. Let me be quiet.
She sing nasally.
She don't float my boat much either, but I can't front. She can sing. She's definitely got her. Yeah, the metric need to add in when they had a hit. What was the birth rate in the black community?
Yeah, because you got to put Barry White, Luther. You got to put Teddy P. They're in there making it happen.
Yo, word! How many wedding songs in Luther Vandross?
The cheek clapping community wants to know.
Forget the wedding song. I'm talking about the slow jam tape, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
Cut it out.
Word.
Cut it out.
Turn off the lights alone. Probably was the reason for a few aunties that we went to school with.
Hell yeah!
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
They got Michael at 86, Andy.
I don't know.
Andy, are you okay?
So can I make a quick comment? Elvis Presley is number 17.
Nope, that's it. That's all I need to hear. Thank you. That's it.
I'm looking now.
Double disavowed it.
I thought it was all black people. Jamie told me. No, white people.
Elvis Presley is 17.
It's Rolling Stone. Elvis Presley is 17.
And Marvin Gaye is number 20.
Okay, no.
How you do that?
No, Janet Jackson whispers. She whispers.
Yeah, Janet's not. I don't.
Janet Jackson, she's whispers. She's whispers.
So
Elvis was a pop icon.
Lady in My Life.
Yeah. Mariah was
Dante Moore.
Not Mariah. Dante Moore. Yeah, can out dolphin her any day.
But to be fair, we just talked about the top 10. I don't know the whole.
There will be no Luther slander on this show. Scroll anybody who slanders Luther.
Luther can get
Kelvin is waiting on the top 20 gospel artists and preachers. Oh, man.
TD Jakes? Where does TD Jakes fall in that?
Now, Sean,
wait, where does the televangelist fall in that list?
So let me say this. When it comes to that, initially Billy Graham had the record. Since then, TD Jakes has drawn more people together to hear the gospel than any other human being that has ever lived.
Would you call what he does the gospel though?
No comment.
Well,
understood. No, I apologize. Don't scroll me.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I can almost do the same thing with the big Luther. TD Jakes, when he started out, was almost a phenom. That's what I'll say.
That's a good point.
In recent times, I think things are a little different. I think, it's a matter of people's perception. But more people have heard him preach than any other human being that ever lived, and he broke Billy Graham's record to do that.
Yo, where was Patti LaBelle?
Yeah, thank you, Patti LaBelle, Anita Baker.
Can we agree that the list is foul? I mean, y'all proving the point.
Man, I'm just saying.
We're gonna do the Let's Chop It Up list. That's what we need.
Yeah, we need to because Rolling Stone has done these lists many times and they've always been bad. They've never been like good where you were like, oh, I like this. No, it's just bad.
Yeah.
Right, because they got some 20-year-old, college intern writing the list.
Tonight. She said she don't trust fat preaching. So Kelvin, you all right, Kelvin? You a slim preacher.
So Kelvin, you a slim preacher out of my you on the list, and you might make the top 20.
I'll be honest with you, fat preachers get busy like that gospel singers.
When you see the sweat come down slow and then it stops.
Where the garbage list come from? I don't know, sweetie. You Rolling Stone. No. There you go. It's Rolling Stone. Oh, yeah, man. Patti LaBelle, Gum City. Absolutely. You said it right. Patti LaBelle.
That's one of my favorite singers of all time.
It's like the Vibes Awards.
He said it's like the Vibes
Awards. My God.
Yeah, the fixers in, Sean. Absolutely.
I forgot about the Vibe Awards and shit.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. Do they still do that? No, this is only Soul Train and some others, the BT or some shit, right? Kelvin is Slim Thick. Nina loves you. Oh man. Yo, Jamie.
Smokey Robinson. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still on this.
Come on, right, man.
Well, first of all, there are different types of singers, right? Some a little more soulful, so you know what I mean. Everybody.
R&B groups. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be dope. R&B groups.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I mean, there's vocalists and there's singers and there's performers. Yeah, so you have a great point, Kelvin. I respect it. You're right.
I get you. You're right, Kelvin.
And Derek, what happened to Mint Condition?
Why do you ask Derek specifically?
That's his group. Because I
have discerning taste. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, respect. I apologize. I'm laughing.
Lionel Richie.
Guy.
I know.
Lionel Richie. God damn.
Lionel Richie need to be on the list somewhere.
Word.
Well, I didn't see the whole list. Once I heard Michael was 86, I was done with the list.
Nah, I respect it. But if you got Frank Sinatra, if you got Elvis Presley at 17, Can
we be honest? Pound for pound, was Frank Sinatra really a great singer?
No, he was a talker.
No.
Good talker.
That's my point.
That good cadence.
He was charisma. He was a charisma guy.
Yeah, charisma. Charisma guy.
Cadence. They mentioned his breath control. That was why he's in the top 20, his breath control. So you try to say the other 20 singers?
He was cool.
He was cool as hell. I give it up to him. Frank Sinatra.
Ronald Isley.
Yes.
Maxwell. Yes, Dina.
Word.
Maxwell.
Maxwell sound like the album every time we come out.
Facts. Sade. Why is it Sade in the top 20?
Bro, Jill Scott.
Yeah.
Jill Scott. There's no Jill Scott slander in my life. She need to be up there. Oh my God, she's amazing.
Don't forget Stephanie Mills.
We agree, but we wasn't. I wasn't just gonna say that out loud, but I agree with you, sir.
Stephanie Mills, sweet sensation.
I make love to Jill Scott with the lights on.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. We're not getting scrolls, so if we're not getting scrolls, look.
That's a scroll for admitting it.
No.
I'm just saying. No. There's no slander. Jill Scott, you have to love her. That's it.
Big girls get the best head, man. Anyway.
Oh my God.
That's bro. No.
Ruben Studdard. Yeah. What's up with her name?
Can't catch it.
I don't know about Ruben Studdard. I don't know about him in the top 20.
Number 3. Starting the year off right. 3.
Kelvin up here making sure you get
Oh,
it
you know what? I also got
man.
a special shout out for my guys. Amityville's own De La Soul finally got released where their stuff is gonna be streamed now. They're finally on streaming platforms. They finally got free. De La Soul is finally free.
I didn't know they had problems.
Yeah. They were not getting paid for anything other than CDs and tapes.
Wow.
Now the streaming rates aren't good, so is it really
It's better than what they was getting, which was nothing.
Jennifer Hudson,
That's true. Jennifer Hudson definitely should be up there.
You can say what you want. Jennifer is bad, boy. She's a bad
She could
girl,
sing.
man.
Yeah. I mean,
There's so many people
that's
you
why
can put
these.
on.
Remember, I used to do a show called The Framework. This is why we had the show, because these lists are ridiculous.
Wait, The Framework is not on anymore?
We're on hiatus. We coming back though. I'm letting y'all know we coming back, but we gonna work on this. We gonna get on this list
being
and
third
rip
of
the
all
shred.
time that did it. I told you that's what did it, Jamie. And I told you after that.
Yo, not for nothing though. I was listening to Lupe. The dude is nice though.
He was my favorite, personal favorite, and people I would put on the list for The Framework. Very different.
I know we gotta go to commercial, Jamie, but Lupe, when you listen, his lyric shit is ill. I had to sit back and when I was listening, like, oh, that's what he meant when he said, "Dude is nice, son."
Yeah.
Dionne Warwick, yeah, I guess.
Dionne Warwick, oh my God.
Psychic, Tony Braxton, yes.
Tony Braxton. I think I saw Tony Braxton, but she's higher than Anita Baker. So it's like, how you do that?
Anthony Hamilton. Damn, forgot about
Anthony Hamilton should be up there. Oh my God.
God, man, we can go on all night with this joint, man. Yeah, we got.
Is R. Kelly on the list?
Oh my God.
Yeah, listen, you need to be up there.
Now,
What
hold up, and we're going to talk.
Can I say
What happened?
I don't know. I guess I did something. I don't know. What the hell?
It's the light skin thing, Derek. They coming for you. I got your back.
You missed to put D. It just auto corrected.
Light skin affairs. We're gonna file a grievance on that.
Light skin.
Yo,
so are we gonna speak about it?
Black History Month. We do it. We do it when.
Okay, we can speak about it because he should be on the list.
We'll do Black History.
If we're talking about just singing,
who? R. Kelly. Oh yeah.
Oh, R. Kelly. That's what we got to scroll for.
He should be on the list.
R. Kelly.
You gotta be on the list. You gotta be on the list. You gotta be on the list. Can't front R. Kelly.
And we just talking about music.
Feel about
That's
him,
music.
Yep. No matter what you feel about him, R. Kelly was dope. He was dope.
Yeah. His crimes are his crimes, and if we're going to make a list of singers, and we're only talking about singing, that's one thing.
He's under Bobby Kelly.
Oh my God.
Yo, Sword is on fire, man.
So I didn't know you had a many jokes in you, bro. That shit is hilarious, my dude.
Oh my God.
Yo, Jamie.
What about
Diana Ross?
Is Bob Marley on the list?
Who?
Bob Marley not on the list?
I agree. Who?
Damn. Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
Gerald
Is he
Levert?
on the list? Gerald Levert. Oh my God. Joe, what's the name? He was in New Edition. He was in LSG.
Oh, Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill is an amazing singer.
Yeah, Johnny Gill's an amazing singer. Jerry
But then
Carroll,
that
no
talk, I
Jerry
don't
Carroll.
see. But see now we getting into now we getting into personal black ass preferences. Y'all black folks have to get on there.
That's why you got the light skin scroll because you said all that.
You have to put all your little black singers.
But
on
everybody
there,
we naming, they can't throw down though.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah, man.
All right, Jamie, let's go to a commercial break real quick, brother. Get back at it. Yo, what's up? If you like what you're seeing from the four brothers here, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay notified when we go live and post new content. Thank you for the support. Yo, welcome back. Yo, Tammy, coming soon.
He was eating powdered donuts. His lips got white.
No. It was just fat.
You gotta play the neck bones.
Nah, these damn protein. My lips tap. These protein damn things. That's right. Since I got my BBL and shit.
There's a Brooklyn butt lift.
Yo, Jamie, what we got next, man? Talk to me. What we got coming up, man? Jamie slow.
What we got?
Jamie high.
Don't forget the Lou Rawls remix.
Lou Rawls.
A man's respect will never weigh as much as a woman's emotions in a relationship. And I might lose some people off of this, and that's okay. Women and men don't communicate the same. Men value respect in relationships, and women value emotions in a relationship. This is why men will typically leave quicker than a woman if they don't feel respected in a relationship. And women will leave if they don't feel like they're being emotionally serviced in a relationship. A lot of women don't know how to respect a man because they only operate off emotions. So for them, the relationship is solely contingent on how you make them feel. This causes a lot of women to mentally check out when they feel uncomfortable with something. But the hard truth is that respect doesn't always feel comfortable.
Yo, don't forget to press the like button.
Yeah,
That's a fair point.
button.
Press
Hit
that like button, subscribe. What's the Instagram? Black Latino Media, right? We got to get people to sign up on the Instagram.
We got that there, man. We got to do something with that, man.
We got some things coming through. Yeah. Sign up.
Yep. But,
I think that's a fair point you make.
Go ahead. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, good point, Kel. Yeah, keep us
Yeah,
on
I
track.
think it's fair, and there are different reasons. Obviously, I think people operate on leverage. They do. There are certain people that if crying tilts the argument for them, that's what they may do. And if I think men will do things to appease women. Sometimes guys will do stuff just to keep the peace, just to pacify somebody and things. I think the what I'm getting from all of this that's going on online and social media is this: communication is broken down. So I think communication has been replaced by antics and gimmicks and things like that, and people trying to be strategic and position themselves. When sometimes if you could just get back down to the core of things, say how you feel, let the other person discuss how they feel, and just see if there's some common ground. I think that's the best way. But I think now men and women more than ever seem to be almost like adversarial, almost like opponents who can get the best of pool. Some people are more interested in being heard than being right. So it's not necessarily I'm right in the argument. I just want to win the argument. And I think if we can just get down to actually talking to each other, not talking at each other, then I think we have a chance, because communication, that's the key. And I think all of these different platforms have really had the adverse effect with communication.
Yeah.
People have learned how to communicate within these platforms. They've learned how to text and email, but not really to just sit down face to face and just resolve something. So I think that's one of the big issues.
I have a theory about that too. So I wanted to also state part of the theory, but I didn't ask you a question. So my question to you, one, is do you think it is now more of a learned behavior, and who are they learning it from? Is it the social media? Is it the parents? Is it a combination? Because I'm curious as to why the communication is broken down over time. If, parents can model the proper communication strategy, or my theory is that communication has actually never been as good as it needs to be. Honest communication is not something that historically has been comfortable or been something that people do. I think, we could say in the past, 100 years ago, women weren't given the opportunity and the power to speak up and talk about things that bother them openly, because there was a time where it's not something that I advocate or anything like that, but a husband could kill their wife if they stepped out of line, and it would be okay. So now that things like that are no longer possible, they are a thing of the past. And if you do that, you will suffer consequences, which I'm all for. It's so to me, just the theory of communication has never been honest and open. And how do we get to that point with communication continuously breaking down, men and women being adversaries to each other or adversarial to each other, and all of these platforms aren't trying to promote proper discourse. They're trying to profit off of the dysfunction. So like, you know, I have my ideas, but I'm curious to see what y'all think about that, because it's something that I do care a lot about.
I think
you know what,
Go ahead,
you know what,
Derek.
Damien? Yeah, I think you got a point on that. And I will add that we know that verbal communication is the least reliable form of communication there is. All right, for the simple fact that people can lie to you. All right, you know, so when you add to that the written form, which is what we see on the internet or whatever, you know, or displayed, we know that people can frame things any kind of way. So that's what people are constantly we're constantly taking that in, we're constantly digesting that, and as a result, you know, we're living inside our own bubbles, we're living outside our own minds. So me as a man, I think that maybe, as she said, I prioritize respect. And you know, have you noticed how disrespectful people are? You know, now, you know what I mean? Just from the internet, they say things that they would never say to a person in you know, in person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that there's probably some spillover. You know what I mean? We're constantly getting that, and it's driving a wedge between us more and more and more. I think we need to get off the damn internet. As I say that on an internet show, but you know what I'm saying?
Hey, don't say that, bro.
You know, get off the internet.
People start tuning it out. People start clicking leave.
But see, I agree. I agree with you, Derek. But there's something that Damien said that's very interesting about parents. I think right now you're asking children to act out a role they've never seen played before. I think most children are now raised where parents are not together, right? Most people are divorced, right? Most married people in this country wind up divorced, right? I think it's up to 60% now, right? So what I think they initially, because there was a time where you probably saw your parents have to hash it out. They were under the same roof. Now, I think there's been this thing where, all right, the reason he's not here and the reason she lives there is because we have not had certain conflict resolution practices in play. And the kids may not have seen that. So what we've learned, instead of communication, we've learned evacuation. Like, forget it. Forget you. Well, forget you. All right, well, I'm out, you know. And I think that's what has happened. And it's become very easy to do that now. So the thing is, that's why I always feel it is room for civil discourse, even if you don't agree with the person. Yeah, if you can just surround yourself with people that agree with you, then there's no room for growth. Sometimes people just see it differently. You know, that's why I think what makes relationships so tough. It's just like, why don't they see it like I see it? I'm obviously right. This person feels, well, I'm obviously right. Scripture substantiates everyone's right in their own eyesight. You see what I'm saying? So I just think oftentimes it is easier not to communicate. Now, a lot of men that I know used to just do this thing about going into a shell. I hate this expression. I hate it. I don't want to talk about it. I've always hated that expression. I don't want to talk about it. I hate that. I can live with I don't want to talk about it now, but I don't want to talk about it at all. Bothers me.
Yeah.
Yo, bring up the comments, man.
Bring up some of the comments. Yeah, I have some thoughts, and I agree with everything y'all saying. That it's such a complicated situation and a complicated conversation that should be had with both men and women in the room. I believe people need to be able to hear each other out and speak open and honestly without fear of repercussion, because that's the only way you're going to get to understand it. But right now, there's no fear of repercussion, because through the internet, people feel like they can say and do whatever they want, hurt people, destroy people's lives, and then wake up the next day and go have lunch. You know what I mean? Like nothing ever happened, while you ruining other people's experience in life across the world. But yeah, I'm sorry. You're reading some of the comments.
Yeah, no doubt. Simone Lewis checked in. She said a lot of drama in the street started on social media. Absolutely. You know, definitely alluding to what you said, Damien. Gum City, it's not supposed to be comfortable equals it's supposed to be informational. Comfortable and informational, two different things. Dina McKinney, absolutely agree with this. Some people don't respect it because they did not grow up around it. It's not until they get older and have gone through some things to realize what respect, love, and honesty is. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gum City, no filter. You know,
Mhm.
Dina checking in again. She says they say it starts in the home, but if no one is home, what happens then? Bar.
Great point.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, where's
Sean,
EOT's comment? I ain't see that. Go ahead, keep going.
yeah. Sean Cox. Humans don't have the time for communication. COVID made it worse. All right. Dina's on fire. She says, I don't believe in most social media because a lot of people are masking what they're really feeling. Mental health is something serious. Break the generational curses.
What?
ERT checking in says some people are just meant to be alone with their VPNs and lotion. That's all it breaks down to sometimes.
That's a
That
fact.
damn right.
That's all
That damn
it
right.
is.
That's a fact. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Even
Sean said, I
Sean
even Harbor.
and Robert, bro. Oh my God. I saw that. I didn't like
Oh,
it. I didn't like it.
Gum
Did y'all
City
see that
and
show?
Gibson.
Never heard of it.
Nah, never
Oh,
heard
the
of it,
Best
man.
Man final chapter?
Oh yeah,
I
I
did.
saw that.
I did.
Yeah. That's
I
right.
did.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Right.
anger
It was
is
decent.
more socially acceptable than humility, Gum City
That's a
says.
great point.
What's up, Lisa Pryor? Conflict resolution is so important. You know,
Right.
Shout out
Darren
to Lisa.
Ollenstein.
Right.
Yeah, he agrees with Gum City, says real talk. Dina McKinney, exactly. Hurt people try to hurt people. That's my circle. Consists of my household.
Welcome City, baby.
Welcome
Trying to
City.
tell y'all, baby. Right, baby.
Yeah.
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
Not
Yeah.
Lotion
Oh,
City.
Yeah.
yeah, for real. Oh Lord.
VPNs are moments and opportunities, but hurt can last a lifetime. Doubt there's enough lotion in the world to cure that. Dina just dropping jewels tonight, man. What's
Dina,
going
that's a
on?
great point. But I'm saying
We gotta
VPNs
get
are
lotion
really good.
commercial on here somewhere.
Oh yeah, like we gotta get lotion sponsorship now. Can we get it some type of shea butter? Some type of
I'll get some baby oil gel. That's even better.
What if we could get Soul Glow to do the lotion version and get them to sing a song?
Right up.
That would be dope. You guys start the show with that.
Sammy, what we got up for us next, man? Talk to me, man.
When I'm in a relationship, I don't believe in spending my money on my man. His money is for me. My money is for me. Okay, so that means when we go out, we go on dates, we go shopping, we do whatever, we are using his money. My money does not get touched. Okay, that is just the standard. Argue with your mama.
Give Derek a scroll. Give Derek a scroll for not crowning his face up. Derek front. Give Derek
Listen. Listen.
She about to spend nobody money
See,
after
but let me
this.
tell you something.
They see her
In
coming.
2023, I'm not gonna let the enemy use me, and that's what y'all want. That's why y'all played that. Y'all want the enemy. I'm not gonna do it. Somebody else go.
They trying to set us up, Jamie. I feel like Jamie tried to set us up. He trying to get one of us to go there. And I'm not going to be the first one to go there.
I'm not
We'll be the one to finish
I'm
it.
not having it.
Who's starting it off? Because get the scroll ready. Just start playing it for me.
You gonna take it, Damien?
No.
All right, I'll take it. So let me say this. I disagree with the sentiment, regardless of who was on the screen. If they just flashed me along on there, I would disagree with the sentiment. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to change it. All right? She is right. And I'm going to tell you why she's right. Because he needs to invest his money on her. He does. She's absolutely right. It needs to be a collaborative effort. Because for her to get in front of a camera, not even to say that, just to get in front of a camera, to want that image projected, she was wrong. She was wrong for that. She was wrong with that. But let me tell you something. I don't think it's right to have that sentiment, even if you fine. So with that being said,
is there such a thing as a 3BL? You know what? I'm gonna be quiet. Be quiet. I don't want to get y'all canceled.
She leaves you no choice.
She needed 3BL.
The comments are.
The comments is going crazy. I'm just read the comments. Let's just read the comments.
Listening at home, man, on the podcast. Come on,
we support all women.
Read them, but
the comments are the comments.
That's listening and not gonna know what we looking at.
Go ahead, Derek. Go ahead.
Let's start with this one. Man.
Oh man, what we
Jamie, bring him back. You gotta let these. I love a good joke. I love dark humor. Fuck that. Bring it back, Jamie. Bring it
back. Dina says I took a
Dina
nap.
took a nap.
Dina ready. I'm up now. She said I took a nap. I'm up now. Oh man, Harry talks good. You got to invest in your
yes,
man.
Harry.
All right.
Shout out Harry.
Dina McKinney, she's single, ain't she? Bless her heart. Yes, she is.
Yeah,
Dina.
yeah,
I'm
she is. She gotta be.
quite sure. Yeah, man. You know,
We need to get her man on the show, though. Whoever her man is, even if it's a stuffed animal, we need to get him on the show.
I guess a man that's into eczema-looking faces date her.
Oh my God!
Oh man!
What if it's a Muppet? What if she comes on with a sock puppet and she starts talking as the man? That could be dope. She could have multiple personalities.
Man.
She could be her man, and then when they switch up, she put one money in one pocket. So, you know what? I'm gonna chill.
EOT says she's spending money. Who's spending money on this girl?
Who's spending money? Who is, man? Ain't nobody spending money on her, man.
No,
good luck with that. Yeah,
hey, listen, she might do a little thing,
strange for a piece of change.
You know exactly.
You know that. You know
all three holes.
WTF. Word.
Oh my God.
Ain't no way
Whoa.
on her, man. And here come the scroll.
Whoa.
Here come the
Is that what the 3BL was for? Is that what the 3BL was for? For each hole, just to make sure.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, ain't nobody tricking no money on him. Man, he says, wait, what? She don't care to spend money on someone she supposedly cares about. No, she don't. You know,
yeah,
that's how
bad.
She don't care whatever you work for.
She said now.
You wow.
The divorce rate, you're right.
Yeah. Dina McKinney waits to be single at his father's law. Someone give her a mirror and a friend.
Oh my God. Wait. She looking for likes and follows.
Yo, that was hard, son. That was hard, son. That was hard. That was hard.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Today's a nice dark night.
Too many guys allow pretty girls to get away with too much. That's a problem. Oh,
is she
okay, wait a minute. We're not gonna bring pretty girls up right now.
What?
Wait, Kelvin, that's the question now. Does she suffer from pretty privilege?
No.
What?
She doesn't suffer
at all.
No. She doesn't
at all.
No, she doesn't have that.
Is she trans beauty?
She has a VPN.
She could have
membership on VPN.
Yo, this man said trans beauty.
I know.
We gotta make sense of this.
I just caught that. I was reading these things. Wait a minute.
He said trans beauty.
Wait. Stop repeating it because it might go viral. I didn't say that. I was joking.
I just
yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
I was stressed. I was under duress.
So
allegedly.
Let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. So if she was fine, okay? If she was fine, would we feel differently?
No.
No, not at all.
Oh, wait. Now that's interesting.
No.
Wait a minute. That's interesting. Would she have more of a claim? Would you agree? Would you believe her more?
She would have more of a claim.
No.
That's why you make that claim, because you fine. Now, whether people go for it or not, but that's what it is.
Yo,
that's why you make the claim.
Yo, we got okay, trans beauty.
It's the same way if Flavor Flav pull up in the Bentley, that's what he's saying. This is what you get. That's all I can offer you.
Yo, but no, like Biggie said, I'm ugly as ever, but however, stay Gucci down to the socks, change me your money. Ugly dude.
What happens with Gucci? What happens with Gucci years old? I mean, like at the end of the day, you know,
ugly dudes look better with money.
You know, I just saw an advertisement on a gym, and it had a very, very good point. It said, "Don't start the year being fat and ugly. Join a gym. Just be ugly." That was their actual ad.
That's dope. I like that shit.
Good God. If we chopping it up, right? If she's fine, does she have more of a claim to that? No.
Yes.
You can claim whatever you want, but it don't make it right.
But how many people are doing that? But Damon, there's really a currency in being fine. There's some
God,
dude that
was
will pay. There's some. What are these professional athletes doing? All right, put it like this: the professional athletes, how many of their wives are working outside of their charity?
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just saying, if she wants to walk around and tell people that her, like anybody can say it, anybody can make a claim to that. Now the difficult part.
That's what she wants.
No. The difficult part is after she says that, she has to get a man. So one of the comments was she's probably single. So as she lets this be known to the world, that if she gets involved with anybody, he has to spend, and she specifically said man, he has to spend all his money on her, and she gets to spend none of her money on him. They have to sign up for that. And if somebody signs up for it, That's their
all
choice.
bets is off. Yeah.
But everybody can claim it. So I was answering in terms of the idea of who gets to claim it. Anybody can claim it. Now, a prettier woman, someone who is not trans beauty, might be able to get that a little bit more easy with,
Okay,
with
well,
a
let me
higher
ask you a
percentage
question.
rate.
Let me ask you a question.
Trans
So
beauty is hilarious.
if
Hilarious.
beauty, if they had a draft for beauty, what round would she go in?
She wouldn't be drafted. She would go undrafted. She going undrafted. She got to go to the.
She might even make the free agent pool.
No, she's not gonna be a free agent.
No.
If we're chopping it up, right? We are chopping it up. We're having fun. We joking. She's not getting drafted.
She going undrafted.
She's not getting scouted. Nobody's scouting her. They're
She's
not
on
going
the
to that.
practice squad.
No.
Better get that degree.
You know the scouts. They start when you in junior high and high school. When you have talent, she's not getting scouted. Even if she was talented.
All three holes.
The 3BL.
No, we got to get a scroll for doubling up on it.
Let's go into the next topic.
He's trying to get to the next play.
These man, I can't even.
Don't she just say, "Oh man"?
Supplemental draft.
Oh my God.
Yo,
Samantha willing to be a woman's trick just because she fines.
Yeah.
She can't even
That's
red
true.
shirt.
She can't even.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Dina. Look, Dina. If I ever said anything,
She said she's on the church basketball team.
Dina. Dina. If I ever upset you, Dina, I apologize now and in advance for perpetuity. I don't want no smoke with Dina. Look,
Dina, bro.
Dina, you got it.
Oh, not the church basketball team.
Oh my God.
Oh, not Joanna, man.
Oh, Kelvin, we're gonna talk about that after that comment.
Jamie, give us another topic, man. Give me something else. What we got next, Jamie?
I feel like society will tell you because you have an apple, you're not allowed to wear it. But as you can see, it covers the apple, so it really is up to you and your confidence to wear it.
So wait. All right. So they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Oh shit.
What apple is she talking about?
Apple orchard. Apple orchard. A whole
Okay.
of apples.
All right.
I mean,
Okay.
all the apples. Granny apple, or red, all that shit you want. All the apples.
Okay. You ever wonder, honestly, and this is an age-old question: do you get dressed for you, or you get dressed for other people's approval?
Let's deal with it from that.
I think women get dressed a lot sometimes for other people more than men.
Well,
I think
she didn't get
everybody
dressed for
does.
anybody.
I think everybody does.
No, and us. It's our producer Jamie bringing these up.
Listen, we just dealing with.
Jamie said something
We
to
don't
get canceled.
We just.
Let me say, I'm gonna be fair. I'll be fair. And again, I've always said we're not a mean-spirited podcast, but I will say this, okay? I don't blame her as much as I blame the people around her that didn't say anything. If you see something, say something. If you saw her in that dress, honestly, don't let a sister go up there like that.
Kelvin might be the
Dr. King did not die for that. He didn't. No, he didn't.
Kelvin, the whole
He didn't
crew
even
might
know
listen.
about that.
Listen, the whole crew might look like this. My cousin's a big girl. She's doing these parties called large encounters, right? All the men were into big. I swear to God, all the men went to big girls like that. It's called large encounters. So her whole crew might look like this. So everybody like, girl,
switch the
you
game
look
up.
good in that blue.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm gonna wear the green, and they go out there looking like motherfucking Autobots and all kind of shit. What these
Yo. She got the Optimus Prime chest, the original old school. Oh my God! Please, just give me a scroll because I'm gonna keep going.
Right.
Can we go to Lisa Pryor? Oh my God! Look, why are you skipping? Why are you skipping, Jamie? Look, you started it.
Oh my God, yo, this is hilarious. Yo, the comment, I can't. The shits is mad funny.
Yo, forget about it, man.
I'll blame the clothes company. Oh my God.
Oh, what's an apple? They named.
See,
so now.
Okay, listen. We got to reel this back in. Okay, so let me say this. We're not body shaming people, but I think the reality of it is there are certain things that I would assume that compliment you and that don't. You know what I mean? Like I remember one time I was in Miami, right? I was in Miami, and one of my friends, he walking on the beach. He ain't got no shirt on. I had a shirt on because I don't deserve to walk around with no shirt on. I didn't earn that. I don't be in the gym like he be in the gym. So you got this, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, as Martin Lawrence used to say, take the Twinkies out your pocket. In other words, at the end of the day, there's certain things these designers are only making for a select group of people. And if you're not, yes, you have the right to buy it and try to get into it, but don't let the enemy use you.
That's a great point. Sophia, I was asking the same thing.
What part was the apple?
What's the apple? Is it the belly button? I was trying to figure out what's the apple.
So I got it. So there was a comment about blame the fashion designer and Fashion Nova. Did y'all notice that the outfit was really? I'm trying to use the right language, right? We are not trying to body shame. It was sagging in the front area.
Is that the belly button? I mean,
so how did you design the outfit to sag over in the front and still? What's the science behind that? Do we have any fashion designers in the comments who can explain it?
When she turned back into Buddy Love, we need to figure out.
You just said we not.
Motherfucker. Come on, man. There you go. That's right.
She's not a professor. I thought she was a professor.
I don't know what to do.
Professor, is she also the trans beauty community? I respect.
That was done just by who I'm near.
No, wait a minute. Ortiz.
Oh my God! Show it.
Cut it out.
Show it, and then scroll it. Show it and scroll it.
No, the other one.
Show it and scroll it.
Sophia, cut it out. It's a body habit. It's a belly habit.
Oh, belly habit.
Cut out. Stop it.
Drop the mic. That was the best joke of the night. That's gonna be trans was.
Stop it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I never heard of belly hammock. That's the funniest shit I heard so far in 2023.
Oh my God.
That shit is funny. I used to have a belly hammock. I got fans, so I could talk about fat people shit.
Now, do you think, honestly, that because this was framed as a confidence is the new sexy thing, do you think it's just the opposite? Do you think that this is low self-esteem?
No, I think it's clout chasing. Clout chasing. You want to get the light.
It's not clout. It's not. It is. I think it's what Kelvin's talking about. Finish, Kelvin.
Right. What'd you say?
But Kelvin, finish. I think he's onto it. I really do.
Think she's on? No, I think it's a self-esteem thing. I think.
Yeah.
In other words, this idea of being out of shape and overweight, that it's a positive. You can spin that. And I just don't think it's a positive. I think what it is I think it's waving the flag. I think it's accepting, you know what, this is where I'm stuck at. I'm not willing to do what it takes to try to get out of this space. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, kind of like accessorize or glamorize where I'm at. And I think that's what it is. I
don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, I don't want to make the determination on whether there's something wrong. I will say this: being overweight is exactly what it says. It's overweight, and it's not supposed to be just an aesthetics thing. It's just for our health. Just the bottom line.
Yo, Sean is fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. All right, bro. I didn't know you was this fucking funny, dog. I gotta grab a drink with your crazy ass. Man.
Yo, man.
That motherfucker said
I
bad.
don't know what to do no more, man.
So the idea of confidence is the new sexy. So is that confidence or is it a delusion? Because it sounds like some of this level of confidence comes off delusional. It's like if I right now just walk around telling people I could knock LeBron out in a fist fight. LeBron is 3 times my height and size. I'm not being confident. I'm being stupid. Oh my God, they're going crazy.
Damien, the difference is this. What I'm saying is this. In other words, status is given to you by other people.
Oh my God.
So if somebody says you're the sexiest man in the world, that is somebody else making that claim.
Oh my
That's
God.
the reality. So when you say confidence is the new sexy, unless you feel that's some type of internal thing for yourself, how do you validate that being sexy? Because other people would have to determine that.
And then, you have a great point. So now, I just think that there's this And it does come off as like clout chasing, but I feel like it's more of a delusion because it's like if you need to chase attention and likes, there's so many different ways to do it. You don't have to do the thing that's obvious. I would say, in my opinion, right? And that's, we all have opinions. It's obviously not going to be received the way you're pretending that it should be received, or that you're trying to force other people to perceive what you're doing. And I think there is a problem if people can't be honest with their friends and family. Let me give you the people around her should be honest with her.
Yo, the comments. I'm sorry.
I wear a size, but guys, don't get distracted by it. I wear a 13.
Shit, Lakeisha said, "What is this?"
I wear a 13, right? A size 13. You go into a lot of stores with the nice shoes and stuff, they don't have a 13.
Right.
So
I wear 14. I know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. So certain things D and I can't get simply because the size of our our feet. What I'm saying is there's certain things that you may see in these magazines. They're making these people they're making that clothing for certain people of a certain size. You know, you go into the big and tall stores, they don't have the same, choices that everybody else has. So if you wanna dress like one of these models, then you may have to do some of the work that people do to get in the shape to do that. Just taking something that wasn't made. I remember this dude used to ride around, roll down the window, be like, yo, they make it in your size, right? And I mean, it's foul, but the truth of the matter is you can get something that doesn't compliment you.
Right, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I'm trying to avoid the comments with you, Kelvin. I'm trying to be with you, but the comments is going crazy.
We're not doing this.
It's crazy right now.
Bro, I'm reading this is funny.
Half of this show gonna be blanked out. It's gonna be redacted. All the comments, we just have a redacted episode. We need to start the Patreon soon because this is a Patreon only segment.
This is a speech. All right, what's up next, Jamie? That was hilarious. Oh my God, today was funny. Man.
Oh my God, wait, the last comment before we switch. ERTs, $5 to anyone who will smell that square. It's oh my God.
Stop it.
Yo.
ERTs gotta get a scroll. She gotta get a goddamn scroll.
Stop.
This is a Patreon only episode. Everybody I said to come check this out. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
No.
So that was a while now. It's the New Year. We celebrating. That's all.
It's New Year. It's New Year. People still recovering from the drinks.
Yeah, deep conversation, but today was just have a little fun, man.
Smells like goddamn.
Oh shit. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
We just
apples and milk. Oh my God.
Apples and milk. No. My stomach don't feel good.
All
Just
right, y'all gotta let the lady off the mat. Y'all gotta let her off the mat.
All
right, let's move on.
Please.
We vet the topics. We gotta vet the topics more. Before the show, we gonna vote because we would have kept that one off.
Fellas. We gotta reel it in. We gotta reel it in.
Dog water.
Society will tell you.
No, bring us back. No,
changing what the men don't care about. The men don't care about the big old lips.
Yes, they do.
And no, they do it. The women are doing that for themselves. The men don't care about it. The men would rather a woman change her stinking attitude and all that makeup and hair and everything. That's what the men want. But the women will go out there like, oh, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change that. If you look at a man and the man said, yeah, he's fat. The man will if he's feeling bad about himself, he wants to make something, he'll go and hit the gym. What's the woman going to do? Go and do? Get a BBL, get her lips done, put on her makeup, put on her hair, and stay the big old fat person that she is and say, oh, it's body positivity. The men don't even want that. And the women are not getting all this cosmetic surgery for the men. They're getting it for themselves. You got to turn around. What man wants a woman that's going to turn around, go and have an operation, and can't sit on a plane because her ass has been injected or been interfered with? She got to lie there on her stomach. Do you think the men want that? Or wake up in the morning before you got to hit the house, she's got to put on. I'm sure I worried about some of the men because they must go out with a woman. Ooh. And then when they wake up in the morning, they think, who the hell is she?
The scars,
by the time you take everything off, women need to change their attitudes before they change their makeup. I'm sure that even more than that, change your attitude. Because women will go out there and they would want to change this, they want to change that. All the things that don't count. If you learn to, the same way how women can go out there and learn to put makeup on, learn to cook. Learn to wash by hand.
Interesting perspective. First of all, I want to apologize to women. I know it looked like the show has been really anti-woman tonight. It's just coincidental. I think she makes a good point about doing some of the exterior things, the cosmetic things, versus trying to, work on yourself. Now, people have a right, obviously, to do that. I don't really appreciate a lot of that stuff. I don't like fake, eyelashes and all those things like that. People have a right, and it's a culture for it now. Just like the tattoo on the neck is. It's just certain people that's just the era we're in. But I think she does make a good point. Somebody would rather you be able to cook in a relationship than actually go and have certain parts replaced, I would think. Certain things are more, it depends what you assign value to, actually. But I think she's right about attitude. Attitude can be worked on.
Yeah, my thoughts are on this is I've had conversations with many women over my life and who've thought about certain things and talked about it, feminists and things like that, right? They've said that women do things for themselves. Like if they wanted to get dressed up, if they wanted to put on a wig, if they wanted to put on eyelashes or get their nails done or get surgeries, they're doing it for themselves. So if I'm going to go with the line of thinking and the logic of the women who I've spoken to, who have said that to me many times over, it's not for a man's approval. That woman is correct that they're doing it for themselves, and that's okay. If that's what women are going to tell me, I'm going to respect their honesty and say they are doing it for themselves. So then the question becomes, if women are doing this for themselves, you can allow them to do it for themselves. But if they're also complaining or worried or they're having trouble finding a husband or finding men who are taking them seriously, then the question becomes, so what do you think men want? And how does that also align with what men are saying they want? Because I've never met a man who says, I love the fake eyelashes. That's what turns me on.
Right.
I love the fake nails. The fake nails are the sexiest thing on my girlfriend or my wife.
Hey, hold on.
I've never heard a man say that.
I think they call those dick grabbers, right? Something like that.
Please don't grab me with that.
You never had that? No? Oh, that's
I don't want nobody digging no nails into nope.
When they going like,
I know you was delivering donuts. See, but with the nails, that's different. Scrolling, but with the nails, that hurts.
I know.
No, but I think again, this era is about presentation, right? And a lot of that is online. That's what it is. So if you look at the shows, you look at the housewife shows, look at the basketball wives shows, you look at the reality shows, you look at all that, there is a particular type of woman that society has said is attractive for our community. Our community in particular, they are painted the same way. And it is a certain attitude that goes with it. Like, in other words, when you talk about the athletes, the type of women they're interested in, there's a certain body type that it seems like everybody is trying to have. And I think the thing that winds up coming in last place is character or integrity or being able to have a career or being able to cook or being domestic. That's why you don't see it out there. There's a lot of people running the clubs and stuff like that, do not know how to cook, do not know how to, be in a relationship or manage a household. It is, let me go to these clubs, find somebody that has a lot of money and see if I can get with them. And that's what it seems like the culture is today.
So I think, and let me just say, I don't have enough knowledge of it. I would need to go back and review it. But I think Cosmo recently admitted to promoting this false image of like a strong woman and selling it and marketing it to women for years.
Yes.
And so if these companies are taking advantage of women's perceptions and pushing something on them to make a profit, there needs to be a major part. There needs to be some accountability on that end as well. Now, personal individual accountability is always a thing. But if you are getting decades of people pushing a certain visual image narrative to you, it's very hard to resist it, especially if you're getting it from a young age, right? Protecting children being one of the topics we talked about. So I'm sorry, the comments is crazy. So I'm trying. I'm trying.
No. Let's go to school. Go to a couple of comments, Jamie. Then I'll just make sure we get them in.
Yeah, Brad says, what's up, Brad? He says,
What up,
to
Jelly?
be fair, a lot of men floss for male attention. For example, cars. Men seek approval from other men. Women don't care about types of cars as long as it rides nice when men take them out.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I drive a hoopy. Got to keep the nail. Dina says, got to keep the nails short just in case a bee want to try you. I protect my kids, my man, and my bag.
Mm.
Yeah. I ain't fooling with Dina, man.
Dina ain't no jokes. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Wait, Dina, where you from?
Yeah, Dina, where you from? We going out with you, Dina. Dina gonna keep us in comfortable. We gonna party.
Dina, former athlete, college athlete, yo. I'm telling you.
She from your old block?
Nah.
She from Happy Block too?
Nah. Dina don't play that shit. Her man like 8 feet tall. She gotta be putting them in place. The only thing I give Brad with the cars, yes, dudes do floss with other dudes, but chicks always talk to dudes with better, with high-end cars. Especially the young girls and shit. They like crazy.
All right, is it fair to say this? Men want women that other men want and find attractive. Like it's important. Is it important for the woman you with for other people to find her attractive?
I guess I see your point. I don't know. I
don't know because it's about the individual.
As you get older, we gotta go to. I know Jamie want to go next. I just want women to be quiet. Don't blow up my spot. Don't blow up my spot. That's what kind of woman I'm looking for.
Jamie, I was going to sing the song, but it's from Bob, so I can't sing it.
Oh, it's from Bob. Former Coppin State basketball player sues school alleged sexual assault, blackmail, and assistant coach. Did we got a video for that, Jamie? Or no?
This may be the wildest story in the history of college basketball. Former Coppin State basketball player Ivan Williams filed a lawsuit accusing assistant coach Lucien Brownlee of catfishing him and coercing him into sending intimate photos and texts. Allegedly, Brownlee had approached Williams online disguising himself as a woman pretending to be romantically interested in Williams. Williams sent explicit photos and videos of himself for years with no clue that those images were going to his assistant coach. Brownlee eventually approached Williams saying that he was also being catfished by the woman and that she was blackmailing them into recording a sexual encounter with each other. Williams agreed to it out of fear that his intimate pictures would get leaked and he would lose his scholarship. He also wanted to protect his assistant coach in the process. After the request was met, Williams stopped responding to the woman, aka assistant coach Brownlee, and Brownlee became so upset that he leaked all the pictures as well as the videotaping. Williams apparently went to his head coach, Juwan Dixon, husband of Real Housewives of Potomac star Robin Dixon, who basically did nothing for Williams and made him show up to practice the day after everything leaked like nothing happened. On top of that, Williams lost his scholarship because of the incident. For more updates on this story, follow Bailey Jackson Sports.
Damn. Some weirdo stuff there, boy. Been to Coppin State. That shit's in the hood, but.
Well, first of all, if anybody tried to blackmail me and they felt the way for me to squash it was to be with a dude, start the blackmail process. That's the first thing. That is it. Go ahead, whatever you got.
Word up.
Run
Word
it.
up. Word up.
I'll be honest with you. It seems, I hate to say it, it seems like there's more to that story. That's what it seems like, because this person has been catfishing you for years. I would think the average dude, the average dude that, what did you say? Kelvin, what time you leading Bible study? Please get
Please get.
I think the average male athlete. I think the average male athlete would not find themselves in this position of being catfished for years. Now, we did have at the time, I think the guy was Mateo or something like that in the NFL.
Yep.
But there's something wrong when an athlete is on there for years sending information to somebody that he's never met, because athletes usually have access to young ladies on the campus. So I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if there was something between he and the head coach and the assistant coach and got out. I do know it is disgusting. I do know it is reprehensible. And then the other thing is, this is an assistant coach. This is an assistant coach that you're supposed to be governing players. You're supposed to be being examples to players. I don't think it's just a fireable offense. I think the man should be locked up.
Yep.
There's a great question by E. Ortiz. I don't know if he was able to share it, but do you have to be in a relationship? Yeah, please bring up that comment.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
You have to be in a relationship for an action like this to be considered revenge porn.
I don't know.
Yeah, Michelle, what's up, Michelle?
Damn, Michelle.
And I think Michelle is right.
Yeah, D, if I wake up tomorrow late, it's your fault.
I'm sorry, baby. Oh man, let's go real quick. Let's go across the ocean, man, to the motherland. Jamie, bring up this man from Uganda, man. Bring up this topic. This brother from Uganda has 10 wives, 98 children, and 568 grandchildren. The world's biggest family. I think he said he was tired of giving more children because he said it was wasn't affordable no more. I think he said something like that in the comments.
Today, I'm going to tell you an amazing story of one man who has given birth to 98 children. He had all of them with 10 wives. I kid you not. We're not talking about one wife or two or three. We're talking about 10 wives. Look at them. One might assume that it is a village meeting. Putting them in one picture takes work. It requires squeezing them together. However, all of these people that you see here and others we did not find here today are one family. All of these you see in the photos are my family. I am their father. All these children you see and others that are not here today. I gave birth to 98 children with 10 women, and we all live together. His name is Musa Hasaji. At age 67, he gave birth to 98 children and had 568 grandchildren. Oh yeah, you heard me right. Musa gave birth to 98 children and now has 568 grandchildren. Apart from living in an eye-catching area, as you can see, how he and his offsprings live is impressive in itself. All this land they live in is his. He and his 10 wives live in this one house. He built his children their own homes outside. It is homemade of many other houses, most of them made of grass. And this is where he stays with all his wives, beginning with Hanifa Hasaji, the eldest wife, to his younger wife, Kankazi, who is younger by age than some of her husband's grandchildren.
Man,
I just want to say,
go ahead.
On an international level, we will never get anywhere as a people.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm out of 10 wives. It's just like, who did the kids mess with? The village didn't look too big, so it ain't look like
the guy said at 67 he had 98 kids. Did he mean by 67 he had 98 kids?
He said he birthed. He
birthed. I'm like, I didn't know he birthed. I didn't know he was a transgender for a minute.
Birthed no kids.
Word up. Nick
can't know those kids.
You never lied.
In his
you
ass.
invested in VPN. This man has a give birth to a child. Absolutely, Sophia. My man coming to America going to be working forever. Word. Lion King Part 98.
Oh my God. How many times did he have to do this to hold it up?
Word up.
Oh shit.
Simba.
Y'all motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
Right, I'm done.
That nigga ain't birth shit. He fathered 98 babies, not birth. Yeah.
At least he married all the women.
Yeah.
That's a completely different culture, right? And belief system. So it may be a part of their culture.
Exactly.
It is. Well, that's a sign of wealth. Also, it's necessary to wealth, man. You got to understand. They all go and work, man. They all work on the land.
I ain't mad at that shit.
That's
so
that's how the economy works over there, man. Yeah.
It's a very different culture, right? So if we're speaking from our perspective and our experience, that's one thing.
He look his pull-out game. He shoot up the club when he go in.
Right. I was gonna talk about. He got multiple Uzis in that club.
Word up. He bring extended clips and everything. He's like, fuck
yeah.
Have some fun.
What was it? It was like Hot Shots Party where he was shooting so many bullets that he had like a pile of shell casings around him that he just unlimited bullets. Oh my God.
Well, I'm gonna tell Eric Adams, you got a new place for them to send them buses. Don't be sending the sanctuary city here.
Yeah. She said, "What man wants to listen to 10 wives, bitch?"
Oh my God, Lisa!
I'll take 2 or 3, Lisa. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be all right, man. But
that's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility, bro. Let me tell you.
Well, go ahead, David. Get your comment on.
I'm just gonna ask y'all. So, do you think you would be able to do multiple wives? Let's say they were, as Damon said earlier, you just want them to be quiet. But what if they were quiet, peaceful? They were supportive. Would you be able to say 3 or 4, maybe?
Absolutely.
Would you give it a shot? Would you even try it, Kelvin? If these women came to you and said, "Listen, sir."
No.
Oh, okay.
You got 3 wives. You got 6 pair of titties.
Oh my Lord.
Let's go for 5. Let's go for 5.
6 pairs. You got
right at the buzzer. Right at the buzzer. He pulls up from
you don't got 6 pairs of titties. 6 pairs is 12 titties.
I'm 12 titties.
You got 3 pairs.
3 pairs. 3 pairs. It would say 3 titties.
You might have 6 pairs if you got some women on the side, though. So we didn't talk about that part. We can add it to the conversation, right? So Damon got 3 wives and 3 sides. So you got, you know, that should be the title of this episode. We sorry, folks.
And Michelle says you don't need 10 wives and 98 kids to tend to till the land. You have 108 workers that work for free to till your land.
That's right. You don't work, we don't eat. You don't work, we don't eat.
99 problems, but 100 kids ain't one.
Yo, on that note, man, we want to say thank you for rocking out with us tonight, man. We truly appreciate it. Welcome back. And next week we will be serious and funny. This tonight, we just had a ball today. It was funny. Your comments, we love them.
Happy New Year.
Make more comments and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We'll say peace, peace, and peace.